everyone! What a great day to be learning! Today, we are going to be learning about tense.
Hey Carolyn, what does tense mean?
Good question, Vivian. Tense is when verbs change to help us understand when things happen. So look out for those verbs in those sentences. Those are the action words.
Let's look at an example of past tense. We use past tense to describe an action that has already happened. We use past tense all the time when we talk to our friends and tell them about our weekend. Let's look at an example. Hi Carolyn.
Hi, Vivian.
What did you do on the weekend?
On the weekend, I walked to the park and played on the swings. What did you do on the weekend?
On the weekend, I ate pizza with my family.
Wow, I love pizza!
We can look at the verbs in our sentences to help us understand what tense it is in. Let's look at an example. I walked to the park and played on the swings. Walked and played are our verbs. Sometimes we add ed to the ends of our verbs to make them past tense. For example, walk, add an ed, turns into walked. Another example, play, add an ed, turns into played.
Let's look at another example. I ate pizza with my family. At other times, we have a special past tense form that changes the whole word. Like, eat turns into
Ate.
Next is present tense. We use present tense to describe what is happening right now. Let's take a look at another example.
Hi Lucy.
Hi, Maddie.
What are you doing right now?
I'm writing a card for my brother's birthday. What are you doing?
I am reading a book about hats.
I love hats!
We can look at the verbs in the sentence to help us understand what tense it is in. Let's look at an example. I am writing a card. Put your finger on your nose when you can spot the verb. That's right, it's writing. Sometimes we add an ing to the ends of our verbs to make them present tense. For example, write plus ing turns into writing.
Let's look at another example. I am reading a book. Put your finger on your nose when you can spot the verb. That's right, reading is our verb. When we put ing next to read, it tells us that we are doing this right now.
Our final tense is future tense. We use future tense to describe an action that will happen later. Let's look at another example. Hi Julia.
Hi, Sarah.
What are you going to do in the school holidays?
I will go to Taronga Zoo to see my favourite animal, the giraffe. What will you be doing?
I will be going to see my grandparents in Hong Kong.
Wow, I love Hong Kong!
We can look at the verbs of a sentence to help us know what tense it is in. Let's look at an example. I will go to Taronga Zoo. Sometimes we start the sentence with I will to tell us that we are going to do something in the future.
Let's look at another example. I will be going to see my grandparents. Other times we start sentences with I will be going to tell us that we are going to do something in the future.
Wow, that was a lot of information. How am I ever going to remember all of that?
We are going to play a game called Guess the Tense and see what you can remember. When I show a sentence, if you think it is in past tense, I want you to put your hands high up in the sky. If you think it is in the present tense, I want you to put your hands on your shoulders. And if you think it is in the future tense, I want you to put your hands on your hips.
I think we're ready to start.
I think so too.
Okay, let's start. I am reading a book. What tense do you think that is? That's right! It is in present tense.
Next question. I will be going to the beach tomorrow.
What tense do you think that is?
Great job, guys. It is the future tense.
I watched a movie about aliens yesterday.
What tense do you think that is?
That's right! It is past tense. This next one's a tricky one. I saw a plane in the sky this morning.
What tense do you think that is?
Wow, amazing! It is in past tense. It uses those special past tense forms that changes the whole word, like see to saw.
This is the last one. I am learning tense in sentences.
What tense do you think that one is?
That's right. It is the present tense. Good job, guys.
Yeah, great job. I think you really understand what past, present, and future tenses are.
Why don't you give your partner a high five?
Today we learned about past, present, and future tense. That's all for today.
We'll see you another time.